going to be talking about relationships. Now, as you might have noticed, or maybe you don't know, she is deaf. Nothing. And I am hearing. Holla! So, obviously, it's different being deaf, being hearing, so being in a relationship might have a little bit different than what most people think. So today we're going to talk about what are some tips for having a successful deaf-hearing relationship. Right. Like, there's some things that deaf people do that you might not be used to. Like, I know in some hearing families, or in general, people don't like being touched that often. And something that I've noticed with deaf people is they're very huggy, very touchy. There's not a lot of personal space with deaf people because it's visual and it's moving. So that's something that you have to learn to accept. And there might be other things between you two. And again, it's really going to depend like how, I don't want to say like how deaf you are, but you know, if your partner or yourself being deaf, you grew up in a very strong deaf household, it might be a little bit more different than if you grew up in a hearing household. But in general, have to accept each other. Tip number 2. Now this might sound a little bit rude, I don't know, but I'm just going to be honest with you. As a deaf person who's marrying a hearing person, do not assume that they're going to become your automatic interpreter. So when you go out and don't just assume they're going to interpret everything for you and it's going to be perfect and it's like having a personal 24-hour interpreter. That would be nice, but no. And as a hearing person, you have to understand that you might have to interpret for your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever, out in situations that you kind of really don't want to. Like, I interpret as a job. So when I come home, sometimes I'm like, I am done. But if we go out, and let's say we go to, I don't know, a tour, or we do something that there's not an interpreter there, I might have to end up interpreting for her, even though I might not want to. But I love her, and I accept that. But I think one really important thing is kind of agree on that. Like, we kind of agreed if I feel I don't want to interpret something, I don't have to. So it's really up to me. And I think that's really important. You kind of set up that boundary. Mm-hmm. But deaf people can do everything just fine, and you don't want it to become like a business relationship. You know what I mean? I actually have kind of a funny story which I think might illustrate this a little bit. So a long time ago, it was a football or soccer season. You know what I'm talking about. And I remember, I think we ordered like pizza or something, and she was watching the game downstairs, and they got a goal, and so she screamed. And sometimes when she screams, it's very high pitched. And the man who came to the door heard it, and he said, "Oh, do you have a dog?" I was like, and you'd think like, I'd be like, oh, so embarrassed, but I was just like, no, that's my wife, and he was embarrassed, but I thought it was kind of funny. So in that situation, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm embarrassed, like, oh, and then go downstairs and be like, you need to shut up, and blah, blah. That's not going to do any good. Like, she was excited. I'm not going to, like, drown out your excitement or your happiness just because people might think it's weird. Like, we're weird, so just accept it. Yes. It is very important. Okay, tip number 4. Now, I don't know the word for this, so please excuse me. If I find it, I'll put it down below. But one thing as a hearing person that you have to understand is sometimes deaf people growing up, they didn't have that word. I don't know what it is, but where as a hearing person, you just hear things happening. Like you can listen on the radio, or you hear other people just talking. You're not involved in the conversation, but it's just like background noise that you hear. So you pick up a lot of things and a lot of knowledge that as a deaf person, they don't hear the radio, or they don't just randomly hear things out and about. So they might not have really common sense, or what you think is common sense knowledge. Like, I remember, for example, we were playing a game with some of our deaf friends, and there was a word that came up, and they had to like shape clay. And I remember, like, I lifted up the card for them to see, and like I think 3/4 of the people were like, they didn't know what the word was. So I flipped it around, and it said trombone, which most people know what a trombone is. You know, it's a musical instrument, whatever. And like I thought to myself, like, how do you not know what that word is? But you have to think, you know, especially being deaf. I mean, many deaf people love music. She loves music, but they might not be involved in band, or they might not be involved or listen to or hear things like that. So you just kind of have to remember that, and don't think, oh, well, they're stupid because they don't know common sense things, because that's not true. Right. Yeah, I think that's kind of an odd concept for some people. Both deaf and hearing people might think, why do you care that much? But I don't know, it's true. You just have that desire sometimes that you want to talk. Like sometimes I'll talk while I'm signing like I am right now, or I'll just feel like I just need to like use my voice. I don't know, it just, there's this thing. So yeah, you just really have to get used to it. But it's important to say, even though she said like, you know, I want to use my voice or whatever, that doesn't mean that I stop signing and I'm just like la 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 la. Like that's not what happens. Alright? About that one. Okay, our last tip is talking about watching things with closed captioning. So there's a few things I want to talk about with this tip. Number one, you need to understand, maybe as a deaf person, that your hearing partner might want to watch things and they might not have closed caption. So I think for this situation, like what I do is it's more like when we're separate. Like if she's not watching what I'm watching, like I watch a lot of YouTube and it doesn't have captions, so I'm only going to watch it if she's not watching. If it's something we want to watch together, it has to have captions on it, obviously, unless it's a signing movie. But like for example, something, and when we talk about our, on my main channel, we're talking about general marriage tips, and one of them was talking about compromising. And I, as a hearing person, have to understand there might be some limitations on things that we can see. Like maybe we'll order a movie from Netflix and it comes in no closed caption. We're just not going to be able to watch it. Even if I really wanted to see it, I have to understand I can't be like, well, I'm just going to watch it and you can go do whatever. Like, that's not fair and that's not right in a relationship. She is really nice about it, but I'm saying to be equals in your relationship, I don't think it's right that I'm just like shooing you off. Because even though you don't care, other people might care. They might feel like less of a person, or might feel like, I don't know, not as good because you can watch it and they can't, and that might cause some problems in your relationship. Or, definitely. And like two other example is going to the movies. Like, I love going to the movies, but being deaf, she needs open caption, or I don't think they even have closed caption at movies anymore. Glasses are stupid. So open caption, which if you know what it means, you know what it means. They don't have it all the time, and most of the time they don't have it. Some cities don't have any movie theaters that have open caption, or like the newest movie might come out, but they don't have an open caption time. So we as a couple just kind of, we don't really go to the movies that often, or we can't go to like the cheap movie theater because they don't have open caption. But that's something that I've just learned to accept, and it's really not that important anymore for us. You know, we just depend on like getting DVDs or watching things through Netflix. Yeah, there's always other options, and just have to learn to accept that. Alright, so those were our tips on hearing deaf relationships. I know there's many other hearing deaf relationships out there in the world, so if you're involved in one and you have any other tips, go ahead and leave them as comments below. Or if you have any questions for us, maybe something else we didn't mention that you're not sure about, whether it's from a deaf perspective from Jenna or it's a perspective of a hearing as me, we will answer your questions. And if it's from a deaf perspective, I will inform Jenna she has a question and I will answer it for her through her. You know what I mean. Anyways, okay, as always, I'm going to have two other videos over here that you can click on to watch more videos. Click on them. Click, 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 click. And before you click on them and go away, up there, click on the subscribe button, or if you're on a mobile device, down in the down bar, I will have a link that you can click and subscribe so you can keep on getting videos with me, and sometimes with us. If you like seeing Jenna in the videos, please click the like button so that I know maybe I can wrangle her into some more. Maybe. If I give you like good food or something. I made a good dinner. Yeah. Although I might have given us salmonella poisoning. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!